Chapter 1. The Forgotten Village. Nestled deep in the misty hills of northern England, where the roads turn to gravel and the maps grow unreliable, lies the isolated village of Black Hollow, a place lost in time, untouched by the modern world, where the cobblestone streets wind between ancient stone houses and lanterns flicker dimly in the thick night air. With barely 200 residents, the village thrives in its eerie solitude. There are no bustling markets, no tourists, and no signs of life beyond those born within its cursed embrace. Black Hollow's residents live in a silence so profound that even the wind refuses to whisper through its alleys. And yet, every 50 years, a sound does emerge, a sound no one dares to acknowledge, the sound of someone being taken. Black Hollow has lived under a pact for centuries, bound by a deal made by its ancestors with an ancient and nameless entity known only as the Hollow. A formless being of shadow and hunger, it does not ask for wealth or worship. It asks for a life. Every 5 decades, a villager is chosen, led into the woods under the guise of tradition, and vanishes into the darkness. No one knows what happens to them. No one speaks of them again. But Eleanor Westbrook refuses to look away. A young woman with fire in her veins, Eleanor has never accepted the silence. As the next sacrifice approaches, she is determined to uncover the truth. And in doing so, she may awaken something far worse. Chapter 2. Whispers in the Dark. The elders of Black Hollow sit in solemn silence around a heavy wooden table inside the dimly lit village hall. The air smells of damp stone and old paper, an oppressive weight pressing upon the room. Eleanor stands before them, her fists clenched at her sides. "I won't let another person be taken," she declares, her voice steady. "This curse, it's madness. Have any of you ever seen what happens to them? Has anyone tried to stop it?" Gregory Price, the oldest of the elders, sighs deeply. "You do not understand what you are saying, Eleanor," he murmurs. "The Hollow is not a myth. It is a force beyond our comprehension, and it will take what it is owed, no matter what you or anyone else tries to do." A cold chill slithers down Eleanor's spine. She has always known the villagers live in fear, but never has she seen such resignation in their eyes. That night she dreams of whispers, faint, almost inaudible voices, weaving through the darkness, calling her name. She wakes with a start, heart pounding, as a shadow shifts outside her window. Something is watching her. Chapter 3. The Forest Calls. Determined to unravel the truth, Eleanor enlists the help of her childhood friend, Matthew Holloway. Unlike the others, he shares her doubts, though fear grips his heart as well. "We have to find out where they go," Eleanor insists. "The sacrifice is in 3 nights. If we follow them, maybe we can stop it." That evening, under the guise of gathering firewood, the two slip beyond the village limits and enter the Black Hollow woods. The forest is ancient, its trees twisted and gnarled, their branches like skeletal fingers clawing at the sky. The deeper they venture, the more unnatural the air becomes. The silence is suffocating. No rustling leaves, no chirping insects, just a thick, cloying stillness. Then they find it. A circle of weathered stone deep in the heart of the woods, overgrown with moss and etched with symbols far older than the village itself. In the center, a blackened patch of earth where nothing grows. Eleanor kneels beside it, touching the cold ground. It is unnervingly warm. Matthew stiffens beside her. "We shouldn't be here." A whisper drifts through the air. "You do not belong here." The shadows between the trees shift, and something moves. Chapter 4. The Chosen One. When Eleanor and Matthew return to the village, the elders are waiting. Gregory Price's face is grim. "You went into the woods," he states, voice devoid of emotion. Eleanor squares her shoulders. "We saw the stones. We heard the whispers. We know something is out there." Gregory closes his eyes, exhaling sharply. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, he says, "The Hollow has chosen." A hush falls over the room. Eleanor's pulse pounds in her ears. "Chosen," she repeats, the word foreign on her tongue. The old man meets her gaze. "You." The world tilts. A rush of voices, gasps, a chair scraping against stone. Matthew steps forward in protest, but the elders do not move. The Hollow does not take at random. It takes those who resist it most. Terror grips Eleanor's chest. For the first time, she truly understands the weight of the legend. The Hollow is not merely a force of nature, it is aware. And now it wants her. Chapter 5. Into the darkness. The night of the sacrifice arrives. The village gathers, torches flickering against the cold night air. Eleanor stands at the edge of the forest, wrists bound in ceremonial cloth, her breath shallow. She will not go willingly. As the villagers begin their solemn march, she jerks away from her captors, bolting into the woods. Matthew is there, waiting in the shadows. "This way," he hisses. Together they run. The forest is alive with movement, shadows twisting and shifting. The whispers grow deafening, words forming in a language neither of them understands. The Hollow is coming. They reach the stone circle. Eleanor turns to face the darkness. If the Hollow wants her, it will have to face her. The air thickens, the ground trembles, and then it emerges, a swirling vortex of shadow, its form shifting between nightmare shapes. A voice seeps into her mind. "You defy me." Eleanor clenches her fists. "I do." The Hollow surges forward, but something happens. Eleanor does not falter. Her defiance sends shock waves through the air. The whispers turn to shrieks, the darkness recoiling. The Hollow feeds on fear, on obedience, and for the first time in centuries it meets resistance. Eleanor takes a step forward. The shadows waver, and then the impossible happens. The Hollow screams, the darkness shatters, and as the village watches in stunned silence, Eleanor Westbrook walks out of the forest, alive and untouched. Black Hollow will never be the same again.